Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stuart Blacklaw, the Vice President for Instruction and Student Services, and I have the honor of welcoming you to this 44th annual commencement of Yavapai College. The national anthem is sung tonight by the Yavapai College vocal group, Cantamos. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, your caps.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red that our bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Cantamos. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce members of the Platform Party who provide leadership and support for Yavapai College. Row 1, Dr. Penny Wills, President of Yavapai College. Yavapai College District Governing Board members, Dr. Patricia McCarver and Dr. Dale Fitzner. And Mr. Harold Harrington. And President of our Faculty Association and Senate, Ms. Joan Fisher. In our second row, Ms. Megan Daubert, the student speaker and member of the 2014 All-Arizona Academic Team and 2014 Coca-Cola Gold Scholar recipient. Taylor Haynes, student speaker and member of the 2014 All-Arizona Academic Team and 2014 Coca-Cola Silver Scholar recipient. Dr. Clint Ewell, the Vice President in Finance and Administrative Services. Mr. Steve Walker, Vice President for the College Advancement and Foundation. And Dr. Beth Boyd, Professor of Geology. I would also like to acknowledge Representative Bob Thorpe, representing District 6, who is sitting in our audience. And now will the faculty please stand so the graduates can acknowledge you one final time. Faculty who are retiring this year are Dr. Roy Breiling of the Visual and Performing and Liberal Arts Division, Music. Professor Michael Burton of the Sciences and Health Division, Nursing. Professor Susan Diak, Sciences and Health Division, Nursing. Professor Cliff Sherrill, the Business and Computer Sciences Division, Computer Science. And Professor Roy Traver, the Visual and Performing Arts Division, Photography. Today marks a beginning for our students as they make the transition to the next phase of their lives and careers. They have achieved their goal, but they were not alone. They had you, the friends and family and classmates, to support and encourage them. And so tonight we also honor you. You who have played a very meaningful part in their lives, and at this time I would ask that all the parents of our graduating students stand if you are able and receive your well-deserved recognition. And any grandparents and great-grandparents in the audience, please stand. I would also like to recognize the spouses, children of today's graduates, and other significant people who have been playing a role in this journey. Please stand. Congratulations to all of you. The Yavapai College faculty have guided these graduates through their academic coursework and prepared them well. I am now pleased to introduce the Yavapai College Faculty Association and Senate President, Ms. Joan Fisher, who will address the graduates on behalf of the faculty.
It starts with a dream. Mine was simple. I wanted to be a teacher. I was sitting in Mr. Backert's sixth grade classroom at Washington Elementary School when this dream appeared. But I knew I would never be a teacher. I come from a long line of farmers, factory workers, and pirates, but not academics. My parents were on welfare, my family struggling, and I had no idea how to get a degree, or for that matter, even what it meant. Our graduates had a dream, and their dream may have seemed impossible, but somewhere along the way, they decided to pursue it. Sometimes the path is clear, but sometimes, when dreams seem impossible, it takes something more. It takes a bit of hope. Hope can come in many forms. Our graduates all know the moment they were given the hope that they could be here today. My hope came in the form of Dick Boone, a registrar at Yavapai College. Now, Dick didn't know me and had no idea that his words affected my life, but they did. Sometimes hope comes in the form of a friend, a father, or a teacher who believes in you. A registrar changed my life. I hadn't even realized that college could be in my future until Dick Boone walked into a room of non-college bound students at Prescott High School, handed us a folder and said, "If you want to change your life, you can. You can go to college. Open your folder and start with item number 1. Don't stop until you get to item number 10 on your list." Well, you can imagine, item number 1 was simple. Fill out a FAFSA. Everyone here knows that filling out a FAFSA for the first time is anything but simple. And remember, this was before autofill or computers. In fact, I'm not even sure calculators were invented yet. But I went home and tried anyway. My mother found a shoebox of papers in a closet, rifled through them, and burst into tears. My father stood behind her. "Your mother is crying! Stop this!" I could have stopped, but where would I be today? Stopping would have been simpler than finishing the 10 items on Dick Boone's list, but I didn't. I didn't stop, and neither did these graduates. The specifics are different, but our stories are the same. We all faced obstacles, but if you are graduating tonight, those obstacles did not stop you. Sometimes the obstacles were themselves, or guilt, or they were just plain tired, but they did not listen. They continued over the obstacles, around the obstacles, and sometimes straight through the obstacles, but they did it. And it wasn't always easy. All of our graduates have one thing in common. They have all been afraid. Anxious, scared, petrified. To be here tonight, they all have had to overcome the fear. I've come to expect students to walk into class and plop a can of Red Bull on the desk or 64 ounces of Diet Dr. Pepper for an 8 a.m. class. But when the bottles of Pepto-Bismol start coming out of the backpacks, I know some real growth is happening. Because how do we become brave? By being afraid, but choosing to face our fears. Facing a fear doesn't guarantee success. Failure happens just as often. When Michael Jordan was criticized for his failed baseball career, he commented that he was never taught to fear failure, just to fear not trying. If you will only try, sometimes you'll be successful and sometimes you won't. But it is in the trying that you achieve the greatest benefit. Next time you are afraid to apply for the job, try out for a spot in the choir, or challenge yourself athletically, face it. Give yourself permission to fail, but try. Don't hide behind your fear of failure. These graduates didn't. McMurphy, a character from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, knew the importance of trying. Everyone knew he couldn't lift the control panel. It was physically impossible. But he tried anyway. He turns to the men as they are accusing him, taunting him of failing, and he says, "At least I tried, gosh darn it. At least I did that much." Trying, not necessarily succeeding, was instrumental in his ultimate success. We, as your faculty, as your family, as your friends, have had the joy of watching you overcome fear this year and try things you never thought you would. Jade worked through her fear of failure. Becca, the fear of heights. Lauren, the fear of leadership. Sayaka, public speaking. Taylor, cooking. Megan, the fear of success, and Abe, the fear of rejection. Sometimes they succeeded, and sometimes they are still in the process of achieving success. But gosh darn it, they all tried, and therein lies the magic, because if you can conquer the fear, your fears, and learn to try, you can strive to live a life with no regrets. It really is this simple. Ask yourself, will I regret not doing this? If the answer is yes, then do it, even if you are afraid or know that obstacles lie ahead. Do our graduates regret the decision that was made 1, 2, 6 years ago to be here tonight? No. Was it hard? Yes. Did they fail? Sometimes, but they continued on. Would I have regretted the decision to fill out the FAFSA? My mother was crying. My father was yelling, "Stop." But where would I be tonight? Where would my family be? My mother went on to earn her GED and graduated from Yavapai College, and my father learned to read. Where would you be? One thing I can say for certain is that every one of our graduates tried. They dared to dream. They listened to those of you who told them they could do it, who believed in them, who offered hope that it was possible. They conquered their fears, and tonight they succeeded, and they will continue to be successful. Congratulations, graduating class of 2014. We are very impressed with you for all you've done and all you will continue to do.
Thank you, Professor Fisher. Since this ceremony celebrates student achievement, we are now honored to hear from our student speakers, Megan Daubert and Taylor Haynes. Let me tell you a little bit about these women. Ms. Megan Daubert was born and raised in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. In 2010, she moved across the country with her dog Sam and became a resident in Prescott, Arizona. She has a passion for living life and participates in many new opportunities as she can get her hands on. She strives to keep her life as diverse and exciting as possible. Megan has been involved in the Yavapai College Honors Program since 2012, was awarded the All-Arizona Academic Team Scholarship in 2013. Megan is pursuing a bachelor's degree in general biology with a focus in ecology and animal physiology at Northern Arizona University while continuing undergraduate research. Her goal is to work as a research technician after obtaining her master's degree. After gaining experience in the field, she will apply for her doctorate to further her education and then replace Mo on the faculty when he retires, I think is the plan. Ms. Taylor Haynes was born and raised in Prescott, Arizona. Beyond being a student, Taylor enjoys oil painting, working at the local boutique in Livy Lou's, and singing loudly in her car, with the windows down, I hope. Taylor enjoys Thai food, drinking large amounts of coffee, and hoarding books. After Yavapai, Taylor is attending Northern Arizona University, where she will major in journalism and political science, my minor. Taylor hopes to one day change the world, and I believe that she will be able to do that. Please welcome Megan Daubert and Taylor Haynes.
We are here tonight because someone encouraged and inspired us, or simply because we wanted to be accomplished ourselves. We have grown into unique individuals and have crafted our own opinions and perspectives. We are not just students. We are the people intent on leaving a lasting impression on this world for our generation and the next. In a time of corporate hegemony, political inadequacy, and environmental degradation, it gives me hope to see a group of intelligent and determined students graduating tonight.
We are not here to tell you that your life will be easy. I have traveled down dark roads and have had to overcome despair. I almost didn't graduate high school, but did with a 1.9 grade point average. I am living proof that bad decisions do not always prevent a positive outcome. I stand before you tonight as an accomplished and educated, determined, and independent woman, my past and present continuously converging to make me stronger. Life will not be easy, but be confident in the fact that you will overcome these obstacles. This graduation is a step in the right direction.
We found it strangely ironic that at a ceremony celebrating our individual talents, we are told to wear identical gowns and caps.
Tonight, we want to present our truest selves to the audience. In this small act of rebellion, we emphasize the sincerity and authenticity of our words.
Here at Yavapai, my passion for the humanities has grown. I realized that art and the written word have the ability to universally acknowledge the struggles that we all go through in our own lives. It gives us explanations for feelings and experiences that we cannot find the words for ourselves. The arts might not always yield a huge paycheck, a nice house, and a sports car, but do not negate their importance and impact on the human condition. Anytime I begin to doubt my preference for the humanities, I remind myself that without art and literature, we lose the ability to empathize.
Attending Yavapai College has supported my theory of living a life solely crafted from my passions and goals. This college is a community of people who have embarked on many adventures, or those who are excited to begin their first of many. My experience at Yavapai provided me with the tools necessary to gain my voice and confidence to lead a life I have always aspired to live. I've realized that my path is of my own choosing.
Many of my classes encourage critical thinking. I realized that the purpose of going to college is purely this, inquiry. Why are things the way they are? Why are certain people in power? We learn to detect bias in others and ourselves. An education is a valuable thing and something that we as Americans are absolutely privileged to have. However, what you do with this education is where the true power lies. Use your critical thinking skills learned at Yavapai to continue questioning and collectively working towards not only a better United States, but also a better world.
Charles Darwin was an amazing critical thinker. Although his discoveries were bound to challenge the social order then and now, he composed The Origin of Species. Because of his work, we are closer to understanding our connection to the natural world. Darwin did not let the fear of rejection prevent him from publishing. His theory is reflected in the quote, "It is not the strongest of species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one most adaptable to change. Rather than fearing change, embrace it."
The poet Rilke once stated, "No great art has ever been made without the artist having known danger." Fear is a natural response to danger. In our situation, it might be the fear of disappointing our parents or not meeting society's expectations. Don't let this fear dictate your decisions or prevent you from creating great art. Rather, realize that danger can yield unexpected successes. Life isn't about having the right answers. It isn't a perfect equation. Life doesn't have a word count. The lack of structure can be terrifying, but also liberating. Life is about adjusting your outlook and taking risks. Remember that making mistakes is part of the process, and we are continually learning. When you leave Yavapai College tonight, diploma in hand, your education does not end.
My challenge to you, class of 2014, is to live this life you were given and make it your own. Adapt to the forever changing world around you and utilize the skills you learned at Yavapai College to benefit the society in which we live.
I challenge you, class of 2014, to get uncomfortable. Fight the injustices in our world and become a voice for the underprivileged and the oppressed. Class of 2014, refuse to sit back and watch.
Thank you.
must have it to graduate, so. Thank you, Megan and Taylor. The Yavapai College vocal group Cantamos, under the direction of Dr. Christopher Eubank, will now perform You Raise Me Up, arranged by Roger Emerson. It is now my distinct pleasure to present these men and women who are graduating this evening. I ask the president of Yavapai College, Dr. Penny Wills, and Dr. Patricia McCarver, secretary of the district governing board, to please join me at the podium. Each of these graduates will be crossing the stage from the left to the right according to the degrees they are receiving. Announcing the graduates' names will be Dr. Beth Boyd, professor of geology. Will the degree and certificate candidates please stand? Dr. Wills, Dr. McCarver, I present to you the Yavapai College class of 2014.
By virtue of the power and authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona, I now confer upon you the degree or certificate for which you have qualified with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Please come forward as your names are read. This is the first student graduating with an Associate of Arts degree, and this is Pete Walter. Courtney L. Tillman. Marcy R. Whitehair. Andrea M. Haywood. Laura A. Nelson. Kira L. Whitlock. Aaron Reed. Kathy Anderson Parker. Victoria Sosa. Darby J. Elkins. Justine A. Adams. Macy D. Moyer. Sabrina Rochelle Flick. Vanessa Martin. Veronica Hoey. Alden Cormany. Taylor Haynes.
Nathaniel G. Hebert. Madeline R. Kloss. Taylor L. Kuykendall. Lauren A. Sherwood. Salome N. Nugent. Shelby Geraldine Ben. Alfredo Rodriguez. Christopher A. Koyman. Angela K. Cloutier. Kaylee Wolenhouse. Verigina R. Brister. Jeremy T. Clifford. Rachel C. Rayborg. Ryan L. Parsons. Judy S. Very. Kendall S. Lohman. Colin B. Scott. Karen Yvonne Mendez. Christy V. Green. Rachel I. Skidmore. Cassidy E. Myers. Scott L. Martin. Jeremy S. Fisher. Amy Diane Knight. Mary A. Wisecarver. Ronald D. Meadows. Patrick T. Gonzalez. Brietta K. Adams. Patricia L. Pays. Gabrielle A. Dill. Vanessa L. Tohi. Shannon C. Lieb. Kathleen Lloyd. Hannah J. Rentschler. Julianne Freeman. Amanda J. Schaffman. Lisa Starr Jordan. Rebecca E. Gaskill. Keely B. McDowell. This is the last student graduating with an Associate of Arts degree, Christine A. Flick. This is the first student graduating with an Associate of Business degree, Alexandria N. Hamrick. Justin Anderson. This is the last student graduating with an Associate of Business degree, Amber M. Cardenas. This is the first student graduating with an Associate of Science degree, Megan E. Daubert. Joseph D. Atkinson. This is the last student graduating with an Associate of Science degree, Blake J. Patton. This is the first student graduating with an Associate of General Studies degree, Pauline M. Stanley. Catherine J. Pearson. Emily S. Blaine. Linda A. Ogo. Caitlin E. Terzo. Autumn G. Wilson. Danielle DeRoyce. Gladys Ripley Kratzis. Keith R. Percy. This is the last student graduating with an Associate of General Studies degree, Shannon M. Soba. This is the first student graduating with an Associate of Applied Science degree, Kimberly A. Cumming. Dawn M. Perlock. Brenda Lee Tyson. Teresa M. O'Connor. Sherry E. Ellers. Tina M. Lacrone. Nancy L. Parouche. Ann M. Jack. Mary E. Rosenthal. Molly K. Kimmerly. Mary Mayer. Robin Brooks. Jonathan Matey. Alfonso J. Santillan. Laura K. Purcell. Melissa D. Grease. Susie L. Yoel. Karen M. Jensen. Christy L. Moncada. Christine J. Lee. Nadia S. Russell. Jennifer N. Pino. Lisa S. Cole. Stephanie Reniger. Michael P. Keene. Adrian M. Fegis. Neil A. Roberts. Yvonne M. Allen. Courtney Swift. Christine McEwen. Christina L. Griffin. Laree J. Gray. Jason Sewell. Christy D. Bright. Michelle L. Billings. Ed Potts. Idias Paredes. Faye Bishop Ott. Jason S. Heinz. Matthew W. Miller. Brenda V. Sanchez. Carly L. White. Nicholas K. Williams. Lance C. Swinney. Cindy L. Fox. Anthony Foley. Kurt E. Nelson. Jose A. Suastez. Tanner J. Malsather. Evan A. Riley. Austin W. Cood. Zachary R. Timonen. Cody J. Narrigan. Devin J. McKeon. Isaac Daniel. Christopher J. Jones. J. C. Hogan. Timothy Bratton.
Not just Gist.
Timothy S. Gist. Robert P. Maxwell. Amanda B. Silva. Deborah S. McDonald. Amber M. Parsons. Jennifer L. Jording. Skylar L. Majewski. Ashley A. Votava. Jesse Ortiz. Craig Randall Buckner. Danielle C. Corton. Gabriel Pedrego Miranda. Xavier John Perez. Gail L. Brooks. Rachel A. Rose. Jamie Lee Gipe. Jacinda L. Morgan. Neil D. Mitchell. Everson S. Sloan. Jennifer C. Wyatt. Donna Dotzler. Leah M. Gossick. Joyce M. Armstrong. Justin B. Phelps. Shelley L. Warab. This is the last student graduating with an Associate of Applied Science degree, Carolyn M. Murray. This is the first student graduating with a certificate, Evelyn J. Nunez. Jeremy S. Favero. Teresa K. Manus. Priscilla E. Adams. Donicia E. Moore. Gretchen M. Skinner. Danae Brazel. Ginny L. Osborne. Mercy Reyes. Rosemary E. Holliday. Terry J. Melendrez. Douglas Burrington. Sherry R. Denny. Debbie L. Webster. Robert L. Edwards. Annette M. Thrower. Amber L. Jensen. James Dotzler. Eloy Sierra. Becky Terzo. Unique Camino. Jacqueline Cherry. Jacob Matafari. Luis E. Villarreal. Nicholas D. Wilson. Leroy Hensel. Thomas Colhane Ulrich. Iris S. Jones. Jeanette M. Means. Bonnie R. Smith. Amber M. Jenkins. Hiram Jam. Jake Moffett. Micah Joannis. David Billingsley. Nicholas A. Stokes. Gabrielle McHale. Joni Cash. Brandy L. Alvarez. Crystal D. Schoenfeld. Trevor C. Carey. William L. Griffin. This is the last of all of our graduates. Amy L. Skeels.
Well, graduates, how are you doing? Okay. By the strength, you've either been working out in the fitness center because my hand is like this, or very nervous, but you have so much to be proud of. Graduates, if you would allow me and just indulge me just for 1 second, because I know in time, and the clock is ticking, not just because of the length of the program, but I know in just a few short seconds you won't pay a bit of attention to us anymore. Each spring what I do is write to each one of you, and many of you responded as to a person, whether it's faculty or staff, who touched your lives while you were here and really made a difference in your lives. I'd like to honor the faculty by reading just 3 of the quotes. Faculty, don't worry, your, how would I say, identity will be protected, because I'll make them Mr. Jones or Miss Smith or something on that order. But I want the audience and all of your supporters to know how would I say, how much you identified and engaged in this institution. Let me just mention 3 of them. Mr. Smith is a great teacher, but I always manage to fall asleep in his class. I know I could have passed if only I had picked better hours to sleep. Mr. Smith knows his stuff and explains very clearly. He's not as stale as some other higher math professors and doesn't like to let a class get boring. I really wish I hadn't slept in his class. But here is Ms. Jones. Matter of fact, I heard some students wanting to get t-shirts made that said, "I passed Miss Jones' class." While I was in her class, I did not have a life. There was so much work to do every week, I skipped family gatherings and my wedding anniversary just to get the work turned in on time. I cried over the amount of writing I had to do. I think a better t-shirt would be, "Ms. Smith's class is not for sissies." But alas, I completed the course and earned an A for all my hard work. The kicker, though, was at the end of the semester when Professor Smith announced that it was, if we passed her class, we could pass any college class at any college. That was my takeaway. At that point, I decided I have what it takes to earn a bachelor's degree. I will always be grateful for that experience, and I'm on my way. And the closing one that I want to close with tonight is, again, let's see, what another name? Mr. Hernandez. He's probably the coolest cat to ever walk the halls of Yavapai College. He encouraged me and inspired me. Faculty, thank you. Thank you. Student services staff, thank you for having the support, giving the support, the expertise, and inspiring these graduates we have tonight. Graduates, if you're going to go ahead and do something, though, you better look the part. And right now, you've got it on the wrong side. Now, please don't embarrass Yavapai College. Let's turn the tassels so that everybody knows that you are truly the graduates of 2014.